All right. A very good afternoon to one and all. A very good afternoon to one and all. Right now it is 12:42 Dubai time. It is 2 p.m. 2:10 England Standard Time. A very warm welcome. Hello, ni hao, salam alaikum, sasriyakal. In the Vishesham. I hope you all are having a great day going on. We had a great session in the morning. Um, People were very pessimistic about what the Sensex, what the Nifty was going to do, and we're going to talk more about it in the coming webinar. But before I get any further, I'm giving you 5 minutes. All right, I want more people to join in. All right, few people are coming in, few people are yet to join. So give me 5 minutes. You can get your pen, paper, you can get your coffee, tea, water, anything that is required so that you don't have to get up unnecessarily during the live session. So, all right, I'll give you 5 minutes and we'll start in five. All right. A very good afternoon to one and all. A very good afternoon to one and all. Right now it is 12:42 Dubai time. It is 2 p.m. 2:10 England Standard Time. A very warm welcome. Hello, ni hao, salam alaikum, sasriyakal. In the Vishesham. I hope you all are having a great day going on. We had a great session in the morning. Um, People were very pessimistic about what the Sensex, what the Nifty was going to do, and we're going to talk more about it in the coming webinar. But before I get any further, I'm giving you 5 minutes. All right, I want more people to join in. All right, few people are coming in, few people are yet to join. So give me 5 minutes. You can get your pen, paper, you can get your coffee, tea, water, anything that is required so that you don't have to get up unnecessarily during the live session. So, all right, I'll give you 5 minutes and we'll start in five. All right, let's start the live streaming session. A very good afternoon to each one of you. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Sophia again. I mean, it's so lovely when we start to see, people being more consistent, being more regular, So that really feels good, and even I feel so happy that, and I feel proud about myself when people start to understand that yes, Harsh is doing pretty well. He talks, what he talks makes a lot of sense, and I should attend the live streaming session. So a very good afternoon to one and all. Right now it is 2:15, 2:15, 2:15 p.m. England Standard Time. Dubai time is 12:47. Quickly, my name is Harsh. I have been associated with the financial markets for almost 8 years. I majorly focus on the forex pairs as well as US indices like the Dow Jones 30, the S&P 500, as well as the commodities such as gold, crude oil, silver, palladium, etc. Right now, we are even focusing on the Indian share market, right? We got the indices, the NSE, the BSE, the Nifty, the Sensex, and even the individual stocks. So, I'm more of a technical trader, having majorly focused on price action, technical analysis, and here at Dolphin Markets, we specialize in giving you the best information possible. We give you hot stocks, we give you trading ideas, trading strategies, and we even provide you with live education, trading education in our third live session, which will happen later on during the day. Remember, it happens 5 times 5 times a day from Monday till Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 5 days, 3 times in one day. So you are getting a lot of information from me. And behind me, I have a strong team of researchers. I have a strong team of analysts who provide me with valuable information. They give me the best insights in terms of, giving you beautiful people the best trading opportunities. Here at Dolphin Market, we even have our own brokerage firm. At the same time, we are providing you with hot stocks which will make you money. And at the same time, we are giving you financial trading education. You are getting the best of both worlds. So I highly suggest you inform all your other friends, team members, colleagues that they should not be missing these live sessions, because this live session is more like a gold mine. There's so much of information, there's so much of value that we are trying to provide you, and we are here for you. We want to offer our best services to you, so that you can build a stronger connection with us, and we have a very long journey to go ahead, right? So stay tuned. All right, Ali, I watch your YouTube video every day waiting for your live broadcast. Thank you, Ali bro. Thank you, Ali bhai. Thank you so much. It means a lot. And comments like this, they help me to become even better. When I get these kind of positive comments, when people are interested to be a part and they want to see, they're very curious to learn, and interact, exchange information. I feel so blessed, I feel so humble, and thank you to all you beautiful people for making it possible. All right, so as you can see right now, what we had written on our YouTube heading is, are the banking and auto sectors optimistic in the Indian share market? Now, before we get started, look at the Sensex. Remember, in the morning when we were having our first live session, the price had gapped down. People were very skeptical. My God, Harsh, I guess the price is going to go to the ground. It's going to melt. The Indian economy is going to get devastated. That doesn't happen. Please try to understand, when we talk about the Indian share market, the Indian share market indices, I'm talking of the biggest and the only prominent two indexes, right? Indices, sorry. One is the Nifty, all right, the National Stock Exchange, comprising of 50, 50. All right, I hope I'm showing it right, 50. You get the point, right? 50 of the top blue chip companies that are existing in India. At the same time, we talk about BSE, right? The Sensex, which are listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange, comprising of 30. All right. So these companies are basically the backbone of the Indian economy, right? And when India is doing so well, when everything is flourishing and everything is optimistic, of course, there will be corrections in the stock market, but does that mean that the Indian economy is weakening or not strong? That is not at all, right? So just make sure corrections keep taking place. But let's talk about what is happening today. As you can see, I hope everyone can see my chart, correct? So let me use an arrow to give you the explanation. We had mentioned it earlier also, right? This was an important area where prices had come to. Now, if you look, the box remains the same. Remember, people will be like, Harsh, but you're drawing the same box, the same rectangle, you're using the same drawing again and again. Yes, nothing changes. Remember, I'm talking for now just based on the daily time frame. So it takes one day, one entire day, from morning when the share market opens at 9:30 Indian Standard Time till the evening or the late afternoon 3:30ish. when the stock market closes. So it takes one entire day for one candle to form. So yes, it's not going to change overnight, right? Like if I was talking about yesterday, the market conditions are going to be plus or minus similar today also. Ali, I watch YouTube every day and waiting for your live broadcast. Thank you, Ali bhai. Thank you. These comments really help me in making sure that I can give you the best. I can give you the best information at the best possible, excitement level, so that people really understand that yes, we don't want to work, in a monotonous way. We are, human beings. We are energetic. We have our own emotions. I want to make it as energetic as possible so that people can pay attention to it, and not just pay attention. People can get hooked onto it and understand that yes, financial trading can be fun too. I mean, if you're making money and if you're having fun, I mean, what else is remaining? Correct, I'm giving you the best of both worlds. So coming back to Sensex, understand, correct? We were talking about Sensex. Let's start with the Sensex. It's the 30 companies listed on Bombay Stock Exchange. So I hope you can see the color, or should I darken it a little bit? Here is the darkening. All right, and let me make the transparency, opulency a little more stronger. Prices have been reacting to this certain area, right? We call it as support. It's a very common term used all across the financial sector, especially people who are as analysts and traders. They understand what I'm saying, right? So support. Let me just type it down. This area of support, right? When prices had already been reacting to it before, prices already had come, had shot out, prices had come again. Now prices have again started to bounce and again have come back. This area is a very substantial, it's a strong area. People are still, dicey or skeptical of should I enter, should I not enter, what to do. But you can see, remember, it's a marketplace. There has to be a buyer, there has to be a seller. You can never have unlimited buyers or unlimited sellers. There always has to be a combination, right? When a buyer comes into the market and when a seller comes into the market, a transaction is initiated. That transaction is kind of plotted on, and that plotting throughout the day creates a candle, and that candle is right in front of you. So prices had gapped down, but you see, with the amount of pressure coming out, prices have started to become bullish. Remember, today is Friday, a lot of banks, a lot of institutions, because after Friday comes what? Saturday, right? So Saturday and Sunday, the weekend start. So banks, institution, and all the other big players in the market, they want to make sure that they are safe on the weekends. I hope you all are aware that during the weekends, the market is closed, correct? I'm very much sure the market is open from Monday till Friday. Saturday and Sunday, the market is closed. But just because the market is closed, does that mean that transactions are not happening? Transactions are happening all over the world, all across the country. So transactions don't stop, meetings, discussions, policies are still being implemented. They are in the planning stage. So the market, externally, in the real world, it still runs. Though the market is closed on Saturdays and Sundays, the market is still functioning, as in the practical world is still functioning. So it's very important to understand. The big banks, hedge funds, institutional financial services, when Friday comes, that day it's very important for them, because they want to make sure that for that week have they made money, for that week have they generated profits, for that week have they hedged their negative running position. So there's a lot of things going on. So as you can see right now in the market for Sensex, with this kind of correction, remember it is a correction. It is never going to be called as a reversal. If you go to the smaller time frames, like below the daily, as you can see over here, then it is okay. But right now, based on this particular time frame, which is the daily candle, the daily time frame, we just call it as a correction. So right now you can see all these sellers who have established selling, short, we call it as shorting, short positions, they have started, to either square off. In India, this term is very much used highly. We call it as square off, squaring off positions. Squaring off positions basically means that once you initiate a long or a short, once you initiate a buy or a sell, you have to close it also. A buy to close a buy, it becomes a sell, and to close a sell, it becomes a buy, right? You just can't put an order and forget about it, right? You need to close. You need to close the transaction, correct? So right now, as you can see, with all the people selling, right, the big banks and institutions, today being Friday, being the last day of the week, prices have started to rally. Why they have started to rally? Because of the selling pressure. People are trying, or they are in the process of closing. Whoever had taken shots, whoever was selling, whoever had bearish sentiment, they are like, okay, for whatever the amount of money or the amount of movement price has made, we want to just make sure that we secure our profits. I'm talking about people who are shorting. I'm talking about people who are, into option trading, and those people who are allowed to go short, correct? For people like you and me who are in the real share market, I mean, the policies as per as I remember is you can only go long, but in the other derivatives, right? You have the futures market, you have the options market. So, and during intraday trading, people are allowed to short. So the people who have shorted are starting to close positions. All right. Now let's get back to the heading of today's YouTube video. Are the banking and auto stocks very optimistic? Let us go to the web page, and see why. So I come across this particular article, and it shows that midday mood. Remember, there is a pre-market mood, there is a market open move, there is a midday move, and there is a closing market move, and there is a post-market mood. So moods are basically, sentiments. Like, for example, taking myself as an example, if I'm very energetic in the morning, or let us take it the other way around. Maybe I get up and I'm very drowsy, so my morning is very sluggish. It's very unproductive. But I have a cup of coffee in the late morning, and then I'm all charged up. My body is rushing, caffeine is rushing through my body, so now I'm energetic. So before I was unproductive, now I'm becoming hyper active and becoming productive. Then I go for lunch. So during lunch I have food, then again I feel a little slummed out, I feel a little low, I feel, like feeling, I feel lazy, I feel like sleeping. Then again I have again coffee, late afternoon, early evening, again I'm charged up. So what I'm trying to say here, we have all these kind of, emotions or intensities within us. So similarly, the market sentiment can never be stable. They will always have these peaks and troughs, these highs and lows. So for today's midday mood, Sensex and Nifty is in green. So people during the start of today, when people were feeling bearish, people were feeling skeptical. Now again, people like, wow, now the sentiment is changing. Now people were telling it was bearish in the morning, but now it's turning bullish. The market keeps improvising. Remember, guys, the market is not stagnant. It keeps improvising every second. With thousands of transactions taking place, the market just keeps. Remember, the market is just a mirror of what the majority consensus is actually doing. All right. So, coming down, the banking and the auto stocks led the way upward in the Nifty, while the IT and the FMCG. Remember, as I had mentioned, the Nifty is a basket of stocks, correct? So, and not just stocks, but a basket of sectors. So right now it's the banking and the auto stocks. I had already talked to you in the morning about Axis Bank. I mean, write down in the comment box which people remember what I had talked in the morning. I mean, I'm sure, many of you would have attended or not attended. Don't worry, we will again go through it to understand. We were talking about Axis, which comes into the banking sector. So as of now, the banking and the auto stocks are spearheading. They are leading the way in terms of, revitalizing the Nifty and the Sensex. And there are certain sectors like the IT and the FMCG, the chips, the namkeen packets we eat. So they all come under the FMCG sector. They are currently facing declines, right? So the Sensex and Nifty turned green around noon after the weak start on 18th of October, with several sectoral indices that opened in the red, recovering some ground. So when they started red, now they are starting to recover, get back to where they were get back to the pre levels, correct? and certain sectors like the IT and the FMCG sectors, they are facing declines still. The banking stocks, all right, that is what we had talked. The earlier tagline or the earlier title for the previous live streaming session was how are the banking sectors performing so good, and we had discussed a lot into it. So the banking and the banking stocks rose by 1%. I mean, it is significant, right? These are daily intraday movements, all right? Ahead of the much anticipated quarter two earnings for the year 2025, results from HDFC and Kotak Mahindra to be released on 19th. So in anticipation of these quarterly results, which are going to come out tomorrow, and tomorrow being a Saturday, the markets are not open. So the markets are considering that today itself, all right? That's how the market functions. Whatever is expected to happen on days when the markets are closed, the market starts to, expect it in advance. It prematurely starts to, make these kind of anticipations. So 12:45 p.m. in Indian Standard Time, the Sensex was up by 259 points or point 0.3, right? And the Nifty was up 98 points or point 0.4. So yes, it's the same thing the Indian benchmarks had stumbled upon at open and a broad seller, but yes, they have started to recover and they're recovering pretty well. Another article that I'd come across was the same. It kind of culminates to the same thing, right? The IT sector, the banking sectors are the ones that are, doing the heavy lifting. When you go to the gym, there are some guys who are lifting only 5 kilo dumbbells and there are some who are lifting like 50 kilos, right? So today's heavyweights have been the IT sector and which sector? The banking sector, correct? I mean, you can go through these websites, I might be just reading about them because I want you to get attention of it, right? I want you to start developing this kind of attention so that people understand that, yes, we just don't want to follow Harsh. We will follow Harsh, no doubt, because when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear, correct? When Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear. But I want you all to, have your own mindset. I want you to have your own, in commemorate in terms of what I mean to say is have your own understanding, have your own conscious belief that yes, we can also learn from Harsh and we can inculcate these kind of skills and make ourselves better too in the financial field. Correct? So yes, Sophia had mentioned something that yes, thank you teacher for taking me to earn money. Interesting, and there's a reason why she's saying that, and we'll get to it. I'm very much sure, and you all are aware about it, right? That we don't just talk about analysis. Analysis is one part of it. We provide you with analysis. We provide you with hot stocks. For people who have joined late, it is very important for you to understand that hot stocks are the trade ideas given on behalf of me and the team behind me, the team of researchers, the team of experienced analysts, who have 10 years of experience in the financial markets. They provide you with these opportunities, and these opportunities are for you to make money. So we provide you with analysis, we provide you with hot stocks, and we provide you with technical education, technical analysis education also. That is covered in the third live streaming session. And we also have a brokerage service. There is so much, right, that we have to offer, and we are doing our best to make sure that we are giving you the best service possible, correct? Now let's go back to the charts and see. So Sensex, like I told you, a quick glance, the prices are square, the prices are reviving, the prices are recovering from their bloodbath, their blood shedding. Now again, they're revitalizing, right? Like how a phoenix is born from the ashes of their fire. Similarly, Sensex and Nifty are revitalizing from their ashes of the bearishness that they have been seeing. So coming to Nifty also has a very similar outlook, right? Everything has been discussed and we just do our analysis. We understand what to do, when to do, and all that. Now coming to what had been discussed yesterday, very important because Sophia has been informing, and it's very important for you all beautiful people to go and read the comments too, because in the comments is where you will start to understand what people are telling, what type of questions people are asking. Are those questions similar to what I am thinking? Are those questions similar to what other people are thinking? Am I learning? Am I understanding? Am I understanding it in the right way? Correct? So, if you look at this, we had discussed two trade ideas yesterday. Let me type it out for you. If you remember, can anyone type it out? If you have forgotten, don't worry, I'll type it out for you. It's called B box, correct? Black box. We had done an entire analysis, right? Remember, this was given to you yesterday. This has been a hot stock. Remember, hot, hot, hot. Hot means piping hot. One of the best, these kind of trade ideas. Remember, will they come every day? Maybe, maybe not. But please understand that we don't want to just take trades blindly. We want to take trades which give us the right setup. Trading is all about waiting patiently. Once you get the right trading setup, we jump onto the trades, right? We are here to make money, right? We don't want to just keep trading. We want to make money while trading, right? So we give you the best opportunity, and those best opportunities are given in the form of hot stocks, correct? Hot stocks. So black box, as we had discussed yesterday, we had our entries around 475, 480-ish level, and look at the way the price is flying out, right? There is another question from one of our members, and they say that Harsh, look, we're making money, we're doing good. I'm so happy for you. I mean, I'm very happy that you all, are being profitable in the financial markets, and that is by, my highest level of service that I would be providing to you, and I would be, obliged to see you happy that you're making profits. But people ask me like, Harsh, you're giving me targets. You're giving me target one, you are giving me target two. As a general rule of thumb, you can just keep it very simple. What I would suggest you is, you can close it at 5%. So the trade size that you take, when prices have moved 5%, you can close your trade. So like Sophia is telling, I am out. So Sophia has made money. She is going to have a great weekend. I'm like, Sophia, where are you taking us out then for dinner? Or where are you taking us out? We want to go for a yacht party maybe, right? I mean, I'm sure you would have made good amount of money. So learn from Sophia, people look at it, these are not random trade ideas. These are prepared by our team of experienced analysts, correct? We are not just talking in thin air. We are here. Remember, like I had said to you even yesterday, let me type it out soon. What I'm trying to say is 83% profitability, all right, in the last month itself. Remember, there is no financial product out there that gives you these kind of solid returns, right? Oh, let me darken it a little bit. All right, you get the point. 83% profitability in the last, I mean, it's not even the last month, it's been 3 weeks, right? So I mean, look at the possibility, look at the intensity, look at the possibility of you making money. Sophia can make money, so can you. All right, let me repeat that again. If Sophia can make money, so can you. You just have to put in the hard work. You have to understand. You have to come into the live streaming sessions every day. Make sure you do not miss your live trading session. You have keep coming in, keep coming in, keep coming in. It's for your benefit. We just want to make sure that we offer you the services, but at the same time, it is important that you do your part in being attended, right? Being regular with attending these live sessions so that it can benefit you in the long run, correct? So prices had reacted from the entry level that we had told you. Look at the way prices fallen. Sophia has closed. For all of you others who have entered the position, it is up to you. If you want to close, you can close. Or if you want to partial close, you can partial. I mean, keep it simple. If Sophia closes, you close it. I'm just joking. But if price moves 5%, all right, 5%, that is what Sophia has written in the chat box too. 5% profit yesterday to today. I'm like, if you look at the Indian fixed deposit schemes, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much sure most of you beautiful people out there, especially from the ones in India, are aware about this, right? We people who don't have too much of financial knowledge, right? For them, they have only two options, or sorry, three options. The first option is they will, convert their money into gold and they will store it in a locker, right? Because people believe that gold will hold its value forever. The second people are people, put their cash and store it under the mattress or put it into bank accounts, right? And the third option is they don't just put it into the bank account, they put it into a fixed deposit. Now fixed deposit are basically, schemes from the government, from the banks telling you that if you deposit money into a bank, for 1 year or 6 months or 2 years or 5 years, I mean, they have different time periods. You will make maybe 3%, 4%. There was a time when people were making 9%. That's been a couple of years, but as of now it's around 4 to 6, right? Some banks offer less, some banks are offering more. Now look at what Sophia has written into the comment box. If someone is able to make 5% in one day, look at the comparison. You're talking about someone making 5% a year, by keeping money in the fixed deposit. And then you have someone like Sophia who's making money at 5% a day, I mean, look at the possibility of you making money. So, guys and girls, men and beautiful women, it is very important for you to make sure that please attend our live free or streaming sessions. Learn as much as possible. When we provide you with hot stock, we want you to use these hot stock. We just don't want you to be like, yeah, okay, maybe should I not? Remember, you have to take the risk in life. If you don't take risk, you don't achieve anything. It's like talking about, I will get up in the morning and I will try to go to office and everything has to be empty. From my home to the metro has to be empty. From the metro should be empty. The metro to the workplace should be empty. And you will be living in a hypothetical world. We live in a practical world that is cutthroat competition. People are, fighting for survival. So in this day and age, when a company, especially like Dolphin Markets and people like us who are associated with Dolphin, we want to provide you with the best services possible, right? And when trades work and when you make money, who else will be happy? I mean, you are your best judge, correct? So this has been Black Box. I hope people who have jumped onto the bandwagon of the Black Box trading strategy, which was discussed yesterday, you are making money, money, money. All right. Now the second trade idea that was given was which? Anyone who remembers what was given yesterday besides Black Box? It was yesterday or day before yesterday, but one of the two, right? So it was Napa 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 roll. All right. So we were talking about Naprol, and remember, this trade idea was given to prices had shot up quite substantially. Remember, these trades, remember, it doesn't mean that we give you a trade idea so it's going to fly to the moon. It will take its time, but the prices have already, we are in positive. It was negative. It started in a bullish fashion, then it started to get some bearish momentum. Then again, it's swinging. Remember, the markets will do what they have to do, correct? But such trades, when trade ideas come in, if you would have taken this and if you would have closed somewhere around here, around the 1530 levels, look at it. You would be making, right? You are making. I mean, look at it. Think about it. It's like mind blown. You are making money. So people who have taken Black Box and Naprol, I am pretty much sure, that we are trying to give you authentic trades. These are not trades that have happened before and now we are talking about it. Remember, when a trade idea is given, we keep those trade ideas on those days and then let the records, let the Excel sheet, let the analysis show that yes, how are we making? Look at Naprol, the way it's flying. I mean, come on. If you're not joining on the bandwagon, I don't know what you're doing. Imagine, like, if you were Sophia and she's made profits, then what would you be doing? You'd be having a gala time, you'd be having the best time of your life on the weekend, taking out your wife, your kids, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever it is, having a good time. Ultimately, people on earth are behind money and happiness. We are giving you both. I mean, be happy about it, correct? Now, let us see the other chart. So quickly, a quick recaps of what Sensex was showing. Prices, look at it, the way prices are correcting themselves. I mean, things to look out for, correct? People always bearish, bullish. People are so caught up in that sentiment of they're just going with the crowd. What we are trying to do is we are trying to give you that oversight that yes, when it's going to push around this area, when it's going to push around that area, and that is what it is doing also. So something to keep in mind, right? Look at the trades. I mean, it's doing pretty well. Remember that 83%. Don't worry. Many people are asking me about Harsh. Show me, what are the trades taken from before. I want to see the Excel sheet. Don't worry. Maybe not in this live streaming session, but in the upcoming live streaming sessions, or maybe the next week. Don't worry. I will start to share with you the Excel sheets. Share as in I will show it to you on my screen. You can take a screenshot and you can do the due diligence. You can do your own investigation and figure out like, wow, they had told me to enter for this particular stock at this price level, and look where price is going. We don't need to even keep boosting about what we're doing. The results are speaking for themselves. So think about it. We will give you the Excel sheet, or I will inform you about the Excel sheet maybe in the upcoming live streaming sessions. All right. In the earlier live streaming session, we had also talked about Axis Bank, right? Now, in Axis Bank, the way prices are moving, remember, you are still not late, right? We expect prices to kind of retrace before they start to go up again. So you still have time on this. This is not a hot stock. This is just my way of analysis for explaining to you how this particular stock functions, and putting my experience of technical analysis, behind the wheel to make you understand that yes, which direction the car, or in this case, which direction the stock is planning to go. All right. So let's look at some other stocks. We were looking at the automobile, and another thing for people who are joining in this session who did not attend the previous session, it is very important for me to keep reminding, or because as in how we grow, we're going to have a lot of people coming on board. So there might be times when things are going to get a little repetitive, but it's fine. I mean, the more repetitive, the more it will get ingrained in your brain, correct? Think about it. So we have these things which are called as heat maps. Very important to understand, because heat maps are the overall representation. Remember, heat maps can be for stocks, indices, or IPOs. We don't want to get into stocks. We don't want to get into IPOs. We want to focus on the index, because it is very important for us to understand the index as a whole, correct? Here you can see the option for people who don't know how to find, or they're like, Harsh, where can I find the index? You just click on this arrow button and click on heat map. You can scroll up, down, you will find the term heat maps. Once you click on heat map, you'll get stocks, crypto, ETFs. You can just click on stocks, and this is what will open eventually. All right. Now, once it opens, you will see that everything will be marked. All right. It's going to look something like this. Let me just type it again. It's going to look something like this. So like, since we have typed Nifty, as you can see on the top left corner, I hope I'm showing you the right side, right? On the top left corner, I have put in Nifty, correct? So Nifty comprises of 50 stocks. Now these 50 stocks, all of them are listed over here. I hope you all can see, right? So out of all the stocks listed, just make sure that the color coding is important, right? Green means bullish, right? Bullish sentiment. The prices are uprising. And red means bearish. The prices are falling, all right? The bigger the size of the box, the bigger the weightage it has on the index. The smaller the size it has, the smaller the weightage. So If, for example, just to give you, a clear understanding, if there is one big weight, let's call them as heavyweight, all right, and then the smaller ones are called as featherweight. I'm using the term used in boxing and MMA, right, because I do watch all those sports. So the heavyweight, or WWE, for those WWE fans out there. So the big weights, right? One heavyweight, and there might be two or three featherweights or lightweights. The main movement will be taken care by this one heavyweight. The the featherweights or the lightweights, right? I'm talking about companies, the ones which have shorter sizes, smaller sizes. Their movements, whatever the prices are doing in comparison to this heavyweight, the heavyweight will always dominate, right? If the heavyweight is uprising and the three featherweights or the lightweights are not performing well, the index will still be uprising, and vice versa. If the heavyweight is bearish and a couple of few featherweight lightweights are doing very well, the market will still be bearish, because the market is denominated by the big players. Now, Harsh, people will be like, Harsh, but what? You said there are 50 companies. There are 50 companies, but not all of them are equally weighted out, right? Everyone has a contribution in terms of percentage. Someone has a bigger percentage on the index, some companies have smaller percentages, right? So, as you can see, this is a very, very good and visual analytical tool, just to have a good glimpse about what the prices are showing at the current moment, just based on the color. As you can see my mouse, yeah, HDFC Bank. You have the bank name. For example, we are looking at the finance. Remember, it even includes the sector. You got finance, you got energy, minerals, consumer non-durables, non-energy minerals. So they have they have even segregated the sectors inside. So, for example, if you're talking about HDFC, if for people will be like, what about gray color? Gray color is when the markets are like sideways, stagnant. Green is when the prices are appreciating, when it is bullish. Red is when it is negative. And gray is when it is sideways. Yeah, it is like monotonous, it is not moving much. And the color, the intensity of the color shade. I hope everyone understands what I'm talking. Some colors, like for example, green. If you look at ICICI Bank, it is very dark green, like parrot green. But if you look at SBIN, right? This is State Bank of India, it has a very light shade. So the darker the shade, the more intense it is. The more intense, in terms of what I mean, is the more powerful it is, the more strong the movement is. Let's look at the opposite color. We are talking about red, all right? Bearish sentiment. If you can look over here where my mouse is, Hindu Liver, right? Hindustan Unilever Limited, right? One of the biggest companies in India for the FMCG sector. The color red is slightly bright, you see. But if you go down, oh my gosh, look at this. I hope you can see my cursor over here. Asian Paints, right? It's very dark color. Or if you want to be more intense, then look at this. I hope people can see this. It's called Nifty, right? Yeah, Nifty. I'm sorry my photo is coming into the way, but if you can see my cursor, it is Infosys. Sorry, it's not Nifty, my bad. It is Infosys, alright? So, the darker the color, the better it is, the stronger the intensity, right? And the lighter the color, the less intensity is going to happen, alright? So keep an eye on this, and remember, it is real, it is lifetime. So whatever is happening on the charts are happening instantly. Okay? Okay. Wow, there's so much of talking to do. Sometimes I feel my throat is gone. Always make sure to have water. Always make sure, to have your fluids. It's very important. Without having your fluids, it's not a good thing. Keep your water intake high. Make sure you're always, well hydrated. Now coming on to Axis Bank. Just give me a moment. Oh, my screens for some reason have gone off. No problem. When Harsh when Harsh is here, there is nothing to fear, correct? Alright, we are back. So today the finance sector is strong. Correct, Sophia, you are very correct. I mean Sophia is bright, right? She's smart. Make sure you tag Sophia, alright? Tell her she's smart. She's the best, alright? Come on, you guys can be as smart as Sophia too. Now, remember, Axis Bank is one of the trade ideas given by me. It's not a hot stock yet, but people can use this, for their analysis to understand that yes, Harsh is making sense. When Harsh talks, it makes sense, right? All right, just kidding. I'm like glue itself. When I had started my trading journey around 8 years back, even I was sitting in the class somewhere at the back, and I used to be like, oh my gosh, people are so smart. People are like so advanced in their learning curve, and I'm sitting at the back, like a little introvert, and at that time, not now. And people, and I used to think like, when can I become like that? And today, when I am comparatively in that phase, I'm not telling that I'm at that level, but I'm reaching, I'm attaining, I'm putting in the hard work, I'm putting in the blood sweat tears to reach to that level. So now I understand that yes, it is possible. For if it's possible for me, if it's possible for me, it's possible for you, correct? You just have to put in the hard work. You need to be dedicated. You need to have discipline. We are, I'm more of a mama, a mom, right? Mommy, right? Different people in different countries use different words. Amma, ma, mom, yeah. So ammi in Arabic. So what I'm trying to do is I generally have a habit of catching people with their hands, and I like to take them and talk to them more about them. All right, Sophia's writing. Can I establish a position directly if it doesn't reach 1180? So Sophia, right now she's talking about Axis Bank, and she's telling me, can I establish a position directly if it does not? Sophia, it would be better if you would wait, because we need prices to enter. We can enter, but for whatever reason, a price. See, if you can look at my cursor, I hope everyone can see it perfect. Right now, price is at 1197. I am giving an entry area around 1180. Remember, 1180, it's this area where the arrow marks, right? 1180. 1180. Again, it's an approximate area. It's never going to be exact, but you get the point. It's the blue color rectangle. Now, when price enters, whether will it enter? Should I enter right now where it is? I would suggest personally, let prices, retrace a little bit lower. Let it test. This is a very technical term used, but when we talk about a structure like this, all right, when we talk about the structure, it is a double bottom. Now, the real trade when for taking on a double bottom trade is when price retraces back to the neckline. I'm sorry if many of you are not able to understand, but I know where Sophia is on the advanced technical expertise side. Some of you might be noobs. Sorry, some might, but you are learning, right? So you're amateurs. Some of you will be, like mediocre, still learning. You have started, but you are still learning. And some of you are advanced. So Sophia, I think, based on the question she is asking, she is very advanced, and that's good, right? You can, use, you can take her recommendation. You can learn from the questions she's asking. You know, a simple man makes mistakes and will keep repeating mistakes. A smart person, okay, not man, I don't want to stereotype. Just let's call it as a human being. So, a normal human being will make mistakes and will keep repeating mistakes. A smart human being will make mistakes and will try to learn from his or her own mistakes. But a wise human being, right? Wise will learn from other people's mistakes. What I'm trying to say over here, his or her mistakes. What I'm trying to say is It's better, when other people are asking questions, it increases your inquisitiveness, your curiosity in terms of, wow, it makes sense if someone else is asking. Make sure to ask more questions. The more questions are asked, the more people will start to think in a particular way. And that is what is required in this session, correct? The more interaction we have, the better, right? The more interactions we have, the better it is. So Sophia was asking, can I establish a position directly if it doesn't reach? Sophia, I would say it's better let price come back. Remember, I'm going to draw it out. Oh my gosh, my throat is taking a toll. Make sure you're having your fluids. Very important, correct? And for people, and for people who think this is beer, this is not beer. This is green tea. All right, it's green tea. This is no beer. Here, this is the line, correct? Let me just put a rectangle. This area. This is what is called as a neckline, correct? So, Sophia, as you were asking, can I establish a position directly? Sophia, that would not be the best. You can enter, right? I mean, there is no one is stopping you. There's no hard and fast rule. But theoretically, based on theory, right now price is here at around 1196. Let price come to the area, to the neckline, the box area. It's an approximate area. It's a little lower. The moment price enters that box, you can take a long, all right? And because it has the backing, I hope you all understand what I mean by backing. One second, for people who want to take a screenshot, please take a screenshot so that you don't get confused. I hope I'm trying to keep it as simple, as illustrative, as much as description I can put on the charts. I'm trying to, input these because it's going to be beneficial for you. There are many analysts, traders out there who will just draw lines and, make it very, but I understand because I was a student or I was a newbie. I was an amateur too, a couple of years back. So I understand the hardships. I understand the motive. I understand the emotions that when people are joining in, when people are live streaming. So I try to keep I try to keep it as detailed as possible, correct? So I love explaining with arrows. I love explaining with trend lines, trying to show you, in a very colorful and a very detailed description manner because it is very important to understand. I just don't want to put lines and tell you like, okay, this and that, because you might even say yes, I understood, Harsh. And but if I ask you about it tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you'll be like, Harsh, I can't really remember. So I don't want that to happen. That's why I like to take it slow, steady. Go at the slow pace. No hard and fast rule that you have to run. But I want you to learn. I don't want you to run, but I want you to learn. Correct? We will run. Don't worry. But I just want to build that momentum so that people are like, yes, he's not just running or he is not rushing. Again, I would like to let all of you know if there are any queries, if there are any questions coming up, it is very important that I get a feedback. If I don't get a feedback, I will not be able to gauge in terms of, I will not be able to measure, whether am I, going too fast, am I going too slow, am I missing out on something, am I explaining it in a language that people can understand, am I saying out the right words, or any sort of confusion or any sort of information, we call it as feedback. Just try to provide me with as much feedback as possible so that I can correct myself. If I've made a mistake, you can write it down. If you want to motivate me more, you can click on the heart share button. You can send Korean hearts. You can do whatever, right? How do you do that? Yes, like this. There's so many things to do, right? Just be interactive. The more interactive you are, we are not sitting in a layman's class, correct? We are here to make it energetic, make it active. We have to be there. I want to keep you entertained. I want to keep you on the edge. I want to make it as lively, as interactive as possible. So I hope you're getting my point, right? What I'm trying to say. And again, last but not least, make sure you're taking the screenshot because I'm going to remove certain terminologies because I want to shrink the chart. All right. I'll give you 5 seconds. You can take a screenshot. All right. I hope you all have taken a screenshot. Perfect. So basically, I wanted to remove the box and the neckline. My goodness, my throat. All right. The reason I wanted to remove the box because I wanted to show you the bigger term picture. The bigger term picture is this, and that is the overall, summary, the synopsis of the entire explanation. It's like I talk for like so. I've been talking for almost an hour and a half, right? Approximately 1 hour 20 minutes. So it's like I just want to make sure that I am not making it boring. I hope I'm not making it boring. I'm trying to keep it as lively as possible. I'm trying to make you people, as aware, as happy, as I want you to come to these live streaming sessions not with a burden of, oh my God, it's Harsh who's going to talk again. Oh, he's going to be boring. There are people who will just sit like this and will be like, hello, today will be this session going on. And I'm not like that. I like to be very active. I like to be interactive. I like, talking to people. I like communicating. I like socializing. So it's very important from my side to make sure you are not just, like attending those live webinars just for the heck of attending. I want you to attend these live seminars so that you are like, if not for the financial markets, I'm attending it for Harsh, right? Because if Harsh is here, there's nothing to fear, correct? So easy to remember. If Harsh is here, there's nothing to fear, correct? Let's get back. So what I was trying to say is, when you have these kind of movements, correct? And this I had explained in the previous streaming session, but it's the flow, right? What I mean by flow is the major. You see the green arrow? The major swings are always in control. When the major swings are in control and the price is again over here, if you can look, the circle that I have just drawn, right? This area. Once prices are, it's like a big wave going up. The big wave goes and then it starts to retrace or correct, right? There are two terms which are used interchangeably. So when the retracement takes place, when the correction takes place, the market again starts to pick up, right? I had always explained about where prices, smart money. Smart money cannot enter everywhere and anywhere. They need the opposite party. A buyer needs a seller, right? Yep, sorry, yeah, here. A buyer needs a seller and a seller needs a buyer, correct? So they can't just keep buying, unlimitedly. They need to have the opposing party to settle the transaction for the markets to print it on the price chart. So when the bigger time frame, the major swings are holding, correct? And once you start to see that the prices are starting to align, right? It's called as align. These are various terms that are used in the financial markets, especially in technical trading, right? So when the bigger term picture is bullish and the smaller term, I mean smaller term as in the closest time frame that we have right now, as in the last couple of days, right? The most immediate picture that the financial markets are showing. I'm talking about this area, right? I hope you can see the box. Perfect. So once you see that the prices, were going down and now they're kind of aligning, with this bigger time frame movement to the upside, that is the time when you should again enter, whether it is on the retracement or whichever, technicality based. That is when the prices will start to go up again. Remember what I said? The trend is your friend till the bend at the end. Let me repeat it again. The trend is your friend till the bend at the end, right? The trend is your friend till the bend at the end. It becomes so rhyming, like you can, dance onto it. You can dance on this tagline, correct? So for people who have not taken a screenshot, if you do want to take a screenshot of this and be aware, you want to increase your capability in terms of understanding the financial markets, this is when you shine. Please make sure you are able to take a screenshot for whoever is wanting to. It's only going to add more value to your education, correct? Again, in the morning we were talking about foreign institutional investors, sucking out the money from the Indian economy because they want to put it into other countries or other places or other institutions or other indexes across the globe. But nonetheless, you can clearly see the Nifty and the Sensex, right? The NSE and the BSE. They are doing pretty well. I hope everyone has taken a screenshot. Good. Come on, you need to be more interactive. So in the comment box, maybe you can put a thumbs up, or you can write maybe one for yes and two for no. You will get a hang of it, and it is very important so that then I can make sure to understand that I can keep the pace at a level where people are able to understand, or when I start to get the feedback, okay, am I being too fast? Then I will slow it down, and if people think I'm too slow, then I can make it faster. All right, coming back to the Nifty. So look how the price is holding that area. Yes, they're going to have manipulations. They're going to have people who are going to get stopped out. Remember how I had said in the earlier live streaming sessions, maybe yesterday and day before yesterday, when there are certain areas of interest, where a lot of traders are willing to enter and willing to exit. Let me just denote it, so that people are aware about it. Areas like these, these are areas. Let me type it out for you. Areas of interest where majority of traders, let me get it here, when the majority of traders are wanting to enter the market. All right, this is a very kind of it's an elaborate but yet a very easily understandable way to explain, correct? Yes, I'm talking about this. So I hope you all can see it's becoming too big. I want to wrap the text, correct? This is what I was searching for. Thank you. Finally, I found a wrapping text. It's like a wrapper. You just want to, construct it, because if I keep typing, it's going to go outside and it's going to go beyond the screens. We don't want that, correct? So this is what I'm trying to say. When certain areas, like these kind of areas, when prices are already reacting to, these are areas of interest where people are like, okay, it held, once. All right, prices continued up, came down, prices went up, prices came down. All right, they held this area once. So the next time prices come back to that area, prices should go up. But people also have to understand it is the share market. There is a one way in, there is a one way out. Remember, the share market, to understand in its crux, in its most basic format, there is one way in and there is one way out. Not people cannot come from anywhere. It is not like that. It is a valve. I hope everyone understands a valve that is used in pipes. There is only one way that the pressure or the fluid or the product can go in, and there's only one way that the product can go out. So when you have this kind of a financial valve, all right, which is the share market, in any market, right, there is one way in, one way out. When someone is making, someone is losing. When someone is losing, someone is making. So when prices come to these areas of interest, the big banks and institutions, oh my god, they have so much of money, and they have all the best brains, in their teams, like people from MIT, people from Harvard, people from Stanford, people from London School of Economics. I'm talking of the great Ivy League colleges, right? The people who score the best, the IITs, the IIMs, correct? When they have the manpower behind them and when they have the money behind them, they want to take, like stop out people. That is why people are like, I get stopped out all the time. You just have to understand, when prices come to these kind of areas, correct, certain areas of interest, when price comes back to those areas, and once prices enter these areas, you will have these wicks, I hope people, if they want to take a screenshot, they can take a screenshot. I'm giving you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, just make sure, for people who don't understand how to take a screenshot, I'll just explain it to you quickly. You see this arrow? I hope everyone can see. I'm sorry if the dolphin is coming in between, but you get the point, right? That arrow mark, correct? The photo of the camera. Once you click on that, you have this option called as copy image or download. So all it takes is just click on those buttons and the photo will be saved. Either you download the image or you can copy the image. Once you copy the image, you can paste it on your Word, on your Notepad, on your WPS, the Word. You can do whatnot, or you can even send it to yourself on WhatsApp. So once you copy it, the screenshot is taken care of. Because many people, this is another inquiry, or a question that people ask, like, Harsh, sometimes I think you're giving us less time on taking screenshots. So I'm trying to help you, by explaining like what can be done, to make it faster. All right. So let me delete it because I wanted to magnify it. Once price comes to these areas, right, there will always be tendency for these, you call these as stop hunts. Let me type it for you. Stop hunts are nothing but areas where people wanted to enter. All right, let me, like, if this is an area where people want to enter, I hope I'm showing my hand correctly. Yeah. So people want to enter like this, but you see these kind of wicks on my screen where my mouse is pointing. Price will never bounce exactly from that same level. Let me make it more interesting. Illustrate it for you. Here, this is the lowest price has gone to. All right, let me change the color to maybe let me make it maybe not yellow, let me make it blue, and let me increase the thickness. All right, I hope you can see the blue color line. If you want, I can even put it dotted. All right, I think it's much better for now. So this is the lowest area, right? Price has been, so my hand is the blue color line. Next time when price comes to that area, there is going to be a lot of people who want to go with the flow, correct? They want to buy around that area, but you will have those wicks. These are called wicks, where price, there was so much of pressure selling. For this particular scenario, we are talking about this bearish pressure. So there had been so much of bearish pressure that people who were over smart, okay, there are people who are smart, and then there are people who are over smart. All right, so during this time, you have these wicks. You call them as wicks because at that particular time period, on the smaller time frames, you can see prices went lower. All right, I hope you can see my hand and the mouse together. Correct? Yeah, perfect. So the prices went lower. It stopped out because majority of the people are like, okay, I want to enter here. I will put my stop loss here, and I will make money, 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 money. Correct? And then prices start to go above. So people get stopped out. They were correct on the direction, but they get stopped and the prices go again. So he is asking, can we buy the index? Yes, of course. Of course you can buy the index. The index is like any other financial product. Of course you can buy the index. Now, so once the prices comes to those areas, correct? These areas where prices have come again, price again creates another manipulation. So people are thinking that now prices should come somewhere around this structure. Let me move the box. Let me get it here. So people think that prices should go around this area and should hold that area. Again, they start to enter. So they might be right on the direction, but they again get stopped out. So you always have to make sure. That is the reason whenever we are giving you hot stocks, these trading ideas, these, just make sure we always mention around. We never mention exit at this level. We give you a range because there is tendency of a price to either just test the range and fly out, or price can penetrate, can come deep into the range, as you can see over here. This is the last range, correct? This is the last range, the last market price for that particular candle. People were expecting that to hold. There will always be this is a manipulation because price has gone below, all right, below the last point, the blue color dotted line. I hope you can see this. So make sure you have to give it room. Don't be holding your head, telling, "Oh, I got stopped out," or what is happening? The market needs space to breathe. It's like an elephant, right? It needs space. It is big. It needs an elephant. It needs space to move. So I hope you're having a good session. I hope you're able to understand. I am trying to do the best of my capability in explaining how things are functioning, how to make it as interactive as possible, how to keep all of you engaged, because that is the main reason I am here. I'm here to provide you with the analysis of what is happening in the market. I'm here to provide you with hot stocks. I'm here to provide you with technical education in terms of technical analysis, So it is ongoing, right? And I hope I'm bringing in the right form of energy and enthusiasm so that people are always, happy whenever they come to this live streaming session. They're like, we want to attend Harsh. We want to attend Harsh's live streaming session. So today's recap, I just want to give you a quick recap of what has been happening, what have we covered, what things were discussed, and so on and so forth. So as you can see from the heading that we had discussed, the heading itself had mentioned what had the heading mentioned? The heading had mentioned read the YouTube the heading, or the banking and auto stocks very optimistic. That is what we had started with. We were talking about this article, which I had shown it to you before. Also, remember these articles, you have to do your homework too. You have to put in the work too. You have to go through these articles to understand, to gauge consumer sentiment. Very, very, very important. We need to understand consumer sentiment. We need to understand fundamentals. We need to understand technicals. All right. So based on the articles that people are reading, they understand. They kind of get to understand a sentiment. Okay, what is price doing? Where is price going? All right. The prices had started on a bearish note. All right. Since the last 3 days, the Nifty and the Sensex has been consecutively falling, not following, falling, bearish, correct? So people were very skeptical for today, but for today's surprise, when I had shown it to you on the charts, correct? What do you see on the charts? When you go back to Nifty and Sensex, look at it. There is bullish pressure coming up. The prices had gapped down, all right? We call this term as gap down. The prices had gapped down and the prices are bullish, they are exploring to the upside. Look at the percentage of today's movement from the lowest point of today to where price is right now. That is 1.3%. Remember, people were like telling me about it yesterday that Harsh, the market is down, or this particular stock is down by 1%. Look, today it is up by 1%. The market will do what it has to do. It is variable. It is ever changing. It's going to keep changing, keep moving, keep flowing. It is like water, the water keeps rising, falling. The tides keep rising, the tides keep falling. And the biggest movements for these kind of, for this index has been the banking sector. I had also mentioned to you about the heat map, very important and very lucrative, right? Because it's a very lucrative visual representation of what shares in a particular index, which sector is doing well, which sector is not doing well, based on the color and the color shade, the intensity of the color, right? With green marking bullish sentiment, with red marking bearish sentiment, with the colors of green showing the intensity. Lighter the color, lighter the intensity, lighter the performance or the movement, darker the intensity, stronger the movement, right? Like I was showing for HDFC, it's light green, so it's at 0.7. But when you look at ICICI Bank, it's plus 2.8, more darker color. You look at Hindustan Unilever, I hope you all can see light red, so it's at negative 0.55. But look at Infosys, so dark, it's almost touching to maroon color, correct? Negative 4.4. So with these heat maps in place, you can use it for your reference. You can do your analysis to understand, okay, now it makes more sense. Now we are learning, everyone is learning, everyone is having a good time, correct? So the banking sector, Axis, HDFC, Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, State Bank of India, they are doing phenomenally well. They are the heavy lifters. They are lifting the market, and they are basically putting in the major contribution to pushing prices back to the positive territory, back to the bullish territory. Another example that was given was, so it's not a hot stock, but it's a trade idea from me. And that is where we want to enter on Axis Bank. The entire description was given to you. And how can we forget about Black Box and Naparol? Starting with Black Box, I'm pretty much sure people who have entered the markets would be like dancing, right? Dancing and singing, because why not? When you're making money, why not, right? When you're making money, why not? Look at Sophia. Sophia made a killing today. She made money on Black Box. She's gonna have a great time this weekend, with her friends, family, and other members, right? But what about you? When are you going to start following our trade ideas? When are you going to start implementing the hot stocks that we provide you? So make sure, use this as an example. Remember, we are making almost 5%. Sophia, she made 5% in one day. I was giving you the reference of the fixed deposits to the intensity, the power that the stock market has, the share market has. See, if you put into the bank, you maybe would be able to generate around 5%, maybe 4, maybe 6% interest in 1 year. 1 year. But look, Sophia made 5% in one day. Look at that. I'm again mentioning to you, it is clearly mentioned over here. And I need to reiterate it. 83% profitability in the last month. It's not even a month, it's just 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks, right? So 5 3s are because there are 5 working days in around 15 days. I mean, 15 working days. So look at the power, look at what we offer, it is mind blowing. There is so much, we have to offer. We are offering all these services for you, beautiful people. We want you to make sure that you are getting, everything that you require: the analysis, the education, the hot stocks, and the education, the trifactor, right? The trifactor. There's so much that we are offering to you. So today, I hope you all have had a good time in me, interacting with me, being in the live session. I'm very happy, I'm able to talk and, with so much of enthusiasm to such lovely people, because the more feedback or the more positiveness I can get from you, beautiful people, the more it inspires me to keep pushing and becoming better at my work. So I do hope that you have a great upcoming evening. Right now it is 2 o'clock Dubai time. It is 3:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Today is Friday. Remember, the market is going to close in some time. Let the market close. Remember, the weekend starts. So make sure you really enjoy well, relax, chill out, make time for your family, your friends, your colleagues. But don't forget, we have another live streaming session again, where we'll be talking more about crypto. All right. Many people of you have been talking about, let's talk about crypto, crypto, crypto. Don't worry. We will talk about it. We will touch the surface. There is so much to talk about it. And we will even talk about some technical trading strategies too. So I hope you all had a great time, a great afternoon, and I'm looking forward to you for the next live session. All right. Until then, take care. Signing off. Bye bye.